catastrophic failure was almost in this league. Did it need to be concealed from the American public? Captain Charles Cawthon, who landed shortly after 7 a.m., nevertheless remembered at the time, "I do not recall any questioning of a frontal assault on prepared defences from the unstable base of the English Channel." Such an assault was an echo of the sterile tactics of the First World War. Hollywood, beginning with Darrell F. Zanuck's rendition of Cornelius Ryan's The Longest Day, first brought the heroism of the assaults at Omaha and Pointe du Hoc vividly into the American consciousness. It also played to the global tensions of the Cold War. President Jimmy Carter was the first of 5 U.S. presidents to visit the site. Addressing immaculately arrayed lines of bright white crosses against an emerald green setting at the cemetery of Colville, above the beach, he declared, "We are determined with our noble allies here that Europe's freedom will never again be endangered." With Cold War resonance, he encapsulated the significance of the Omaha battle to the American psyche. America's first physical entry onto the strategic heartland of Northwest Europe was at the cost of a grievous bloodletting. In an age less cynical than our own, freedom meant so much more in an emotionally charged sense, juxtaposed against another totalitarian menace: Soviet hegemony seeking to dominate Europe. Successive Hollywood feature films and countless TV documentaries culminated in 1998 with Steven Spielberg's Saving Private Ryan, which offered both a poignant and viscerally gritty portrayal of the Omaha Beach landings. The critical and commercial acclaim the film engendered seemed to lead to a resurgence of American interest in the Second World War. 4 more successive American presidents sought to wrap themselves in the patriotic aura of reflected glory from Omaha Beach. President Ronald Reagan followed Carter at the 40th anniversary, when he spoke at Pointe du Hoc, emphasizing that the Rangers were the champions who helped free a continent. President Bill Clinton took up the theme in the same place 10 years later, saying, "Like the soldiers of Omaha Beach, we cannot stand still. We cannot stay safe by doing so." The beach seemed to be turning into a European equivalent of the site of Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. President George W. Bush came twice to the cemetery, announcing at the 60th anniversary how a strange turn of history called on young men from the prairie towns and city-states of America to cross an ocean and throw back the marching, mechanized evils of fascism. He was echoed by the 5th to appear, President Barack Obama, on June 6, 2014. He probably unknowingly stood meters from the site, alongside French President François Hollande, at the spot where Lieutenant John Spaulding crested the German-held bluffs for the first time. This sacred place of rest for 9,387 Americans, President Obama said, should be seared into the memory of history, insisting it was democracy's beachhead. The battle on the Omaha Beach resonates symbolically with Americans to tangibly demonstrate their attachment to Europe. Landing on the edge of eternity is a story therefore well worth the telling. Its narrative has, over the years, become increasingly emotionally embellished by films and the media. Second World War veterans are often embarrassed to be collectively addressed casually as heroes. The accolade is clear, but not everyone was a hero. They, more than others, are acutely aware of the soul-bearing human frailties revealed in combat. Most were scared, and carried on with a dogged determination that saved the day for the American landings, which were beset by some problematic planning. Some were rendered helpless and incoherent to orders because of the visceral shock they endured on landing. They were not in a fit state to do any more than survive. Others committed acts of extraordinary bravery, which had to be witnessed by